We finally made it to the last conference that we have to predict. As we predicted all the divisions, every single team in every single division, and now we're doing the NFC full predictions, all the playoff seeding, and all the awards. If you guys haven't checked out any of the other division videos or the previous AFC predictions video, make sure to check that out after this, and make sure to leave a comment on your thoughts below, leave a like, and subscribe. At the 1 seed in the NFC, we have the Rams. Unsurprisingly, this team is a super team. They added Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie into the offseason, where they just lost and came short in the NFC Championship title game, and they only got better this year. They didn't really lose anyone, and they're only gaining the best player in the NFL to an already stacked defensive line. Look, this is going to be the last season where they will be true contenders, or it looks to be this superpower, because there's a lot of free agents. But I do believe that this Rams team is probably the best team in the NFL without or especially with Aaron Donald. If Aaron Donald comes back, which I think he will, and this will be announced in the next couple of days, this team is going to be almost unbeatable in my opinion. The Rams are the obvious number 1 seed in the NFC, and spoiler alert, they are the best team in the NFL. At number 2, I have the Cowboys. This offense should absolutely be electric. They have the best receiver duo in the league, arguably, and they have the best quarterback to receiver duo trio, arguably, in the league, only next to the Bengals, which ironically were, I think, the 2nd or 3rd seed when I did the AFC predictions last video. But same story for the Cowboys. Their defense should be really, really good, and their defense should be improved with additions like Quinn Williams, Rashawn Gary, who haven't played full seasons for the Cowboys yet, and Caleb Downs, who should be a standout, amazing rookie for this team and for the league as a whole. I think the Cowboys will be a great team and finally win the NFC East after a couple of years. Lastly, I have the Packers at 3, and I'm a Packers fan, so this might be biased, but I also explained in my other video, my NFC North prediction video, that we have so many people coming back from injury. We had so many players get injured and be injured throughout the entire season. Jaden Reed missed a lot of the season. Devontae White missed a lot of the season. Tucker Kraft missed a lot of the season. These are star players that are coming back to the Packers that will hopefully make up for quite a bit of losses that we have had. But I think the chemistry will make up for it, will only get better. And Jordan Love with his receivers right now, their chemistry is at an all-time high, as it's been together for about 3 to 4 years. Matthew Golden will also have a better role and will be able to break out as a really great receiver for this offense. And later on, Micah Parsons will get healthy. He is an X factor, which I'll talk about later. But if everything goes right, then the Packers are easily the 3rd seed in the NFC. At 4, I have the division winners of the NFC South with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a very solid team all around. Offense, defense, very well balanced. And Baker has proven in the past couple of years to be a playoff level quarterback, as he's taken the Buccaneers to the playoffs multiple times. And on top of that, Emeka Egbuka should break out as the receiver number 1 for this team, as he did in the first couple of weeks of the season, as he was absolutely on fire. And new addition Ruben Bain will go crazy in his rookie year, potentially winning the actual Defensive Rookie of the Year award. I think he slipped too far in the draft, and I think he'll prove to the NFL why he shouldn't have done that. Overall, the Bucs team wins a quite weak NFC South, but I will say, if this is the only spot that I would consider having a different team for this 4 seed, but the Bucs are at the 4 seed. At number 5, I have the reigning champions with the Seahawks. The Seahawks are still a very good team, despite losing some pieces in the offense and the defense, especially their offensive coordinator and Clint Kubiak. But this should still be an incredible team, an incredible defense led by Mike McDonald, and I just believe in the Seahawks team. I don't think they're going to fall off too much, but I don't think they're going to be the superpower that they were last year, or the super team that they were last year and win the Super Bowl again. But still, again, they are a very notable threat in the NFC and in the NFL as a whole. At number 6, in our second wildcard spot, we have the Eagles, and I think the Eagles will take a bit of a step back this year, even though they did replace A.J. Brown. And I think the new hires that will be very interesting to track on the offensive side of the ball. They have some turnover and question marks about Jalen Hurts on how he'll be able to perform in a new scheme. However, they still are too talented to not make the playoffs. This team is stacked top to bottom, and they have one of the best defenses in the league as well, some of the best trench play in the league as well. And Jalen Carter will have an incredible season, so I put the Eagles at 6. At number 7, in our last wildcard spot, I have the Bears. And the Bears are looking to maybe regress, maybe improve in some areas, but I do think they make the playoffs in a tough NFC and a tough NFC North. Look, Caleb Williams absolutely broke out last year as a clutch performer and a great fourth quarter quarterback, but there are still some questions about his consistency and his accuracy, especially on a down-to-down basis, which I think he can improve, which is scary for the rest of the league, as we saw how good he was last year. The Bears should be feared because they have Caleb Williams, and Williams is going to reach that superstar status Unfortunate as a Packers fan. But I think the Bears will be making the playoffs at 7. For our MVP of this conference, similar to the AFC, I pick the quarterback with the best receiving duo in the league or in the conference, and I pick Dak Prescott. Look, this offense is going to be absolutely insane, and I think Dak is going to play a huge part of it. He already had a really great year with Pickens and Lamb, as they both had incredible seasons. I think Lamb will be better this year, and Pickens will continue to do that as he's playing for the franchise tag. And I think Dak Prescott can have the best year of his career as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, a borderline top 7 to 5 quarterback in the NFL. So that's will win MVP for the NFC. For Offensive Player of the Year, give me Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go absolutely nuclear. There's no more Monty. The offensive line is improved, and he is the number 1 back in this room as one of the best run games in the league, and he is a lethal pass catcher as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes over 2,000 scrimmage yards this season and breaks out to be arguably the best running back in the league and one of the best we've seen this decade. So give me Gibbs as Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC. For Defensive Player of the Year, give me Myles Garrett, and I don't have to say too much. He broke the sack record last year. He's entering into the best defensive situation and best offensive situation he's ever had in his entire career. And Aaron Donald might be coming back at what could be 80% of what was his prime. Give Myles Garrett that ability and that structure around him, and I think he can easily go for 20 sacks again, and I wouldn't be surprised. Offensive Rookie of the Year, give me Jordan Tyson from the Saints. There are already clips of him just taking angles in training camp, and he has been a sleeper pick for this award in general. I think the Saints offense is about to explode, and him and Olave are going to form a really great young receiver duo for years to come, and especially for next season. Give me Tyson for Offensive Rookie of the Year, as I expect a really great year from him. Defensive Rookie of the Year was previously discussed with Ruben Bain. I think he'll have a monster rookie season as the best pass rusher for the Bucks, and I think he'll just prove to everyone why he should have been picked in the top 5. Ruben Bain has already been going to work, going at it every single day, and I think he'll carry that onto the field. He'll have a really great year for the Buccaneers. For Coach of the Year, this is going to be Sean McVay, and although he has the most talented team in the NFC, I still think he is such a great coach. He's able to get the most out of his players. Look at Puka, look at Kyron Williams, he's just one of the best coaches we've seen in this past decade and since the 2010s, and I think he can add another Super Bowl ring to his resume, and I don't think there's much of a debate. Sean McVay is easily going to be Coach of the Year for the NFC. For Breakout Player of the Year, give me Ted McMillan from the Panthers. I think he will have a great season, helping elevate Bryce Young once again into being a solid and decent quarterback. But McMillan is going to be a star in this league, and this will start this season. I think he'll be an 1,200-yard receiver, 10 touchdowns. I think he can arguably be a top 10 receiver in the league after this season as well. So give me Ted McMillan as the breakout player of the NFC. For our X Factor, give me Micah Parsons. There are some other players coming back from injury that I don't think will have too much of a big role. There is also Kyler Murray out there that is a pick, but I'm going to go with Micah Parsons. If he comes back and is healthy, the Packers can easily be a top 3 team in the NFC. If he is not healthy and he looks a little bit less than his former self, the Packers can be out of the playoffs. So he dramatically shifts the seeding that I have placed. So that's why he is the X factor for this division or for this conference. Give me the most improved team in this conference, and I have 2 choices. I'm going to go with the Cowboys at first. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but I do think they can be the 2nd seed, and that'll be a large improvement as I explained in this video. But I also think the Saints are going to be really improved as they can potentially win the NFC South in the 2027 season next year, as this offense is going to be really great. Kellen Moore, 2nd season. Tyler Shough, 2nd season. Jordan Tyson, previously mentioned. They got Travis Etienne. I think this team will be massively improved as they're finally building towards something. Lastly, I'm going to go with the Panthers as my most disappointing team of this conference, just because they made the playoffs last year and they're not going to make it this year. You could go again with the 49ers, but their team is also just so injured. Same thing with the Panthers, but I think there's more growth that could potentially happen with the Panthers, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this season, and that would be a disappointment, especially for a regime that is heading into some questions with Bryce Young. So I'm going to have them as the most disappointing team in the NFC. Overall, this conference is looking stacked with crazy great teams and contenders, as I wouldn't be surprised if the Super Bowl champion comes from the NFC, but I guess we'll have to wait for my season predictions video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to check out the AFC prediction videos and the division prediction videos that'll be linked in the title cards. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.